56, Martavius Biggie. For your Knights. Number 5, Fisher Donovan. Number 15, Chet Lax. Number 21, Cole Shaver. And number 75, Max Huffines. Remaining on the sidelines, number 12, Stephen Carter. And number 79, Logan Penhollow.
Pope John Paul II Preparatory School, the home of this one tonight. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Jim Carroll Athletic Complex. My name is Oliver Antone, and I am so happy to have you with us for tonight's broadcast between your Pope Prep Knights and the Prairie Youth Athletic Association. We'd like to welcome all of our visitors from the greater Memphis area to tonight's broadcast. Pope Prep taking a massive 49-point first half to victory last week. Do they do so tonight is the question. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the one, the only Knights Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions. Pure Youth won the coin toss and they elected to defer, meaning Pope Prep will receive the ball first. 2 intentional Pope Preps there, I'd like to add. I think that is more than last week combined, at least unintentionally and not on a correction. Pope Prep wearing their home blue tonight, not those phenomenal home gray jerseys, although I have a sneaking hunch we'll see those when the Irish come to town next week. And we wait for kickoff here.
Sean Johnson is the timekeeper, and the PCO is covered by Michael Woods.
Zion Robinson back there to receive, as well as Ansley Ware. Those are your 2 Knights on the return, and we have kickoff. It's going to be Robinson picking it up, and Robinson's going to push through and be stopped at the 25, so just a little further than a touchback.
Joshua Curtis. Knights start first and 10.
So it's first and 10 for the Knights, and for the first time tonight, we get to see Kenny Minchie and his offense work. And that will be, I think, one of the better parts, one of the best parts about it. Playing back is Carter Freeman, and that looks like a freshman at back. I can't tell if that's not Elijah Robb. Wears 29. I cannot tell if that's a 29 or a 25. It looks like it is a 29, which does mean Elijah Robb is out there, although I believe he is still injured, so the questions remain on that one. But just a beautiful sunset over Hendersonville, Tennessee. Minchie prepping his play. Motions. And a snap. He's going to look short to his back. He's going to push through and continue to the 40, passing the 45 and down at the 45-yard line. So it is Elijah Robb on the field. And what a play there. So a first down on the first play. Elijah Robb powers his way through this one. Minchie awaiting his play. Robb off the short pass just continued to push through. Was able to get where he needed to be. Minchie ready again. And he's going to hand off to Robb this time. Robb to push through, get to around the 49-yard line. Robb took quite the spill that, according to coaching staff, was just a bad bruise that looked like a break last week. So it's a 4-yard gain that takes him to the 49-yard line. Minshew's receiver looks a little offside there. Lining up at wideout is number 15, Chet Lax, and on the other side, wearing number 38, is Evan Nasari. And he is going to flip to Rob, who's going to power through. Rob's going to just keep going. He's going to push by and be stopped at the 25-yard line. Elijah Robb with another huge play there. And to advance the chains once again for Pope Prep. So a huge first down, a Winterworld first down. I think I need to begin to remember that it's a Winterworld first down more, but hey, they're not. If Winterworld would like to sponsor my first downs, I would be very appreciative. Minshew ready. Knights offense ready. And he's once again going to give to Rob, who's going to power through for what looks like another advancement of the chains.
Joshua Wooten on the stop. Chains advance. Knights, 1, 2, 3.
So Rob with just the big play there off of the first down. For that Winterworld first down, and just quick back to it. And he's just going to be swallowed up there by Pure Youth. Once again, hello to our visitors from Memphis. Pure Youth has been, I've been told, building quality athletes over the last couple of years and has quite the team that I am very interested to see tonight. I've heard their quarterback is one to impress, I guess is the best way to put it, and we hope that Pure Youth impresses tonight. Just an absolute blowout of Hillsborough last week, so I think some really good competition coming, and he is going to just fire to Patrick Collins for a touchdown. Pope Prep. So Collins with just uncovered, and what can you say other than that is that you leave a player like Collins uncovered, you get bitten. So a nice pass from Minchie, a great read of the situation. Southard pushes it through the uprights.
Knights have 7.
So it's 7-0 here from the Shining City on the Hill. An early touchdown to start this one. And your Pope Prep Knights lead Pearl Youth by a score of 7-0. 9 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. And so Southern will kick off. He managed to get a touchback on every play last night.
Deep for the Royals, number 1, Ladarian Carpenter, and number 4, Dante Crowell.
Yeah, that works, yeah. And so kickoff. Goes deep, finds nothing else but the deep blue sea.
Blue sea. Touchback, Knights. Royals first and 10 from
So an early touchback there. And now we get to see what Pure Youth has to offer. I keep wanting to call them Pearl Youth, which is a mistake, and I apologize to our viewers in Memphis every time I do that.
In the pistol.
And loose ball. It looks like it's going to be a fumble recovery. It is going to be a fumble recovery. Pope Prep with the fumble recovery. A huge play there. So already on the so we're just up and running. And Rob with getting a handoff.
Number 14, Caleb Almo on the stop. Gain is 9. Need 1.
So a 2nd and 1.
Timeout called on the field by the Royals.
So Pure Youth calls a timeout. They are the Royals. We could not find their mascot for the life of us with enough Google searching, so I'm glad that we can call them something. A packed student section tonight, raising all the way up to the top in a Hawaiian theme. You're tuning into the one, the only Night Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions. Knights offense moves back out onto the field.
Second and 1.
For a 2nd and 1. Kenny Menchie, once again, your starting quarterback for Pope Prep. And he is going to roll out from his give to Rob. He's going to find Collins again. Collins going to be pushed out and push his way through. Referees are going to rule
Knights number 45.
down at the
Patrick
1.
Collins on the catch from Minchie. Run out on the 2.
Or rather, on the 2.
By number 14, Caleb Almo.
But Collins able to get that catch, get
There is a flag
further
on the
than
play.
he needed to with a flag on the play.
Signal is holding.
It's a holding. Looks like it will be on Pope Prep there. So 10 yards to the spot of the foul puts them back where they were. So 2nd and 14 now. Minshew ready. Snaps. And he's once again going to go for the deep pass. He's going to find Rob. Rob to the end zone. Touchdown. Pope Prep. Elijah Robb with a huge touchdown for the Knights right there. So Elijah Robb keeps the Knights on the board and keeps this one coming here. Southard will kick for his 2nd touchdown. After the 2nd touchdown, less than a minute of play clock time in between that one. It was 9:02 remaining on the clock at the end of that last touchdown. Oh, well, that scorecard isn't supposed to go quite till he kicked.
Flag on the play. procedure called against JP2.
And an illegal procedure plaguing JP2 on that one.
Walk-off 5.
So they'll kick again.
The untimed down.
And the kick almost, or at least an attempt to block there, but it is through the uprights.
14.
So it's 14-0 here from Pope Prep.
Having our faculty and staff out.
Right now, the Knights offense looking as dominant as it was last week. A huge positive for those who
Please hang around and show your appreciation for the faculty and staff of Pope Prep. Coming up at halftime.
No, it looks good. Yeah, I'm off you. Don't worry. Oh.
Southern sets the team at the 40.
So Southern will kick again. We'll see if his streak of touchbacks will continue. And the kick. Keeps going, keeps rolling. Deep blue sea seems like a common theme.
Touchback.
So touchback.
Royals first and 10 from the 20.
So the Royals will have another 1st and 10, hopefully able to succeed on this more than the last one, I think is the
And ninth grade admission
best way to put it there.
for the 22-23 school year.
And the snap, he'll give to his back. And he's just going to keep breaking through, and he is going to be down
Keyshawn Poole
at,
on McCary.
looks like the 40 around, maybe the 39-yard line.
Chains advance for the Royals. That's a first down. Ball on the 35.
Nonetheless, it is a 1st down for the Royals. He's once again going to give to his back and push through.
Carry. Jamar
But that one's going to be stopped by the Knights' front 7, that powerful front 7 that we saw last week.
2 yards on the gain. Royals need 8.
So they'll break out of their huddle. We've got motion. And he's once again going to give to his back and just swallowed up by Pope Prep. Tell you what, folks, this first string offense is just, or defense rather, is just something else this year. Is they're just putting consistent, well-executed plays down. I think even with the motion, everybody knew where they were going, what they were doing. I think the corner's a little lucky that that wasn't a pass, but I. And once again, just a little more movement. And he is going to be, well, I don't want to call it a sack just yet, but there it is. Just a clean sack. And so Pope Prep with the huge defensive stop there to force a, I want to say for the 4th down, but I'm waiting on the whistle to see if there was a flag. None. So 4th and 27.
JP2 sends number 10, Colin Cook, deep.
So should this kick go off in the next 11 seconds, it will not. Clock stops, though. Should the kick go off before the clock again, I don't want to say, nonetheless, what I'm trying to say is three nice drives within 6 minutes would be what that was, but we tick down after the 6-minute mark. No kick. Still 3 drives in 7 minutes, 3 drives in 1 quarter is nothing to be scoffed at. It was almost another blocked punt that goes out of bounds around the 46-yard line. So it'll be right at, or not right at, but around midfield for Pope Prep to start this drive. Hey Knights fans, don't forget, if you are looking to register your child, registration for grades 6 and 9 are open at popeprep.org. That is popeprep.org. Your student for grades 6 through 9, or not 6 through 9, grades 6 and 9 can apply today. Registration remains open. Apply today. As a former Knight, you won't want to miss it. So, timeout called by the Royals, I believe, and I think that they're going to try and get a little more together. And we are back. You're tuning into the Knight Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions. Pope Prep gets their offense back to work on this one. Minchie gives on it. Ooh, and just what a tackle from Robinson there on the run. Looked like more of a jet sweep than it was anything. Just given to him quickly there. Knights send in some substitutions. As always, it's good to see Cook lining up on a 2nd and 5. Cook had a phenomenal game last week, scoring 3 touchdowns. And it looks like it's going to be a timeout, Pope Prep.
Timeout called by JP2.
So we have seen 3 timeouts in the first 7 minutes of this game. You're tuning in to the one, the only Knight Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions. We'll be right back. So head coach and offensive coordinator Justin Geisinger not loving what he was seeing there. And we're once again going to see that flea flicker, this time to Cook. Cook's going to juke his man. Cook's going to keep going. Cook's going to find the end zone for a touchdown. Pope Prep. What a play. So we see that play used for the second time tonight, or rather the second time this season.
Cook, catch and run.
So Cook, the catch, the run, what a juke, what everything about that play.
Chet Lax will hold.
Southern sends it through the uprights there, though, and it's 21-0 here from Pope Prep. Just a phenomenal display by both of the Knights' offense and defense. You can see where the defense gets tired because the offense continues to just make quick work and get on the board as fast as they can.
Carpenter and Rowell are deep. Southern sets the tee.
So Southern will set the tee and prep to kick off. And we're off. Looking to once again continue, and he will into the deep blue sea. Continue a phenomenal touchback streak.
Southern touchback. Royals first and 10 from the 20. Into the first quarter, Baylor leads Innsworth 21-14.
And the snap, and he's just gobbled up by that front seven right there.
Darius Walker on the carry. Joey Pritza makes the stop. Gain is short. Second and 9 plus.
So about 4 minutes and 23 seconds remain here in the first quarter. Pure Youth hoping to put together a good drive. Carter, Pure Youth's quarterback, is going to go for the short pass there, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds.
Complete to number 11, Mike Clark. Run out by the Knights, number 36, Tyler Robertson. Gain is 8. It's third down.
And it looks like it's going to be another loose ball. And recovered by Pope Prep. It looks like I do not see a flag, although something looks like it was tossed. So another fumble, another big play.
There is a flag in the back.
Oh, there is a flag. I was correct on that toss. Waiting on the call.
Signal is personal foul against the Royals at the end of the play. The
And
recovery
so a
stands.
personal foul will not
Not will get a 15-yard
mess with the Knights' fumble recovery.
ball on the flag on the field, and they will start 1st and 10 from the 14.
So 1st and 10 from Pope's 14, which can't say anything but that's not going to have good consequences for Minchie. Hands it to Rob. Rob met with about
Rob
a
carries.
yard of gain.
Julian Taylor on the stop. No gain. 2nd and 10.
And Minchie fakes to Rob. Finds Cook. Cook!
Minchie
End zone! Touchdown!
Cook. Touchdown.
And so Minchie and Cook go together well, and another touchdown for Pope Prep. Just a plethora of touchdown after touchdown on this one. And so we wait, whistle blows.
Boys will snap. Latch will hold.
Kick is up. Kick is through. And so that's gonna push it through to 28-0 with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Pope Prep just continuously working.
The upcoming Pope Prep 20th anniversary celebration is on Saturday night, September 18th. If you haven't purchased your ticket, you're going to miss the party of the year. A 21-year-old plus event right here on this field. Saturday night, September 18th, the 20th anniversary celebration of this campus, the Shining City on the Hill. Southern will kick. Carpenter and Crowell are deep.
And kicked off. Once again seems to be my buzzword, but
Nia, if you're here, come to the press box,
a
please.
phenomenal
Nia
showing
Tolbert,
from Pope
come to the
Prep.
press box.
The defense
I'm neglecting
showing out, the
this
defense
is
showing up.
Southern, touchback. 1st and 10 Royal.
So another touchback for Southern added on to the list. We're going to see how long he goes until he doesn't kick a touchback, I think. And looks like we had movement,
Flag
I
on the
think a
play.
false start, but it could be offsides on Pope Prep. However, it looked like a false start.
Procedure called
And
the
Pure
Royals
Youth is
45
moving back,
awarded to
so
Jimmy
it is a
1st and 15.
snap, and he's just met by Pope's defense. It's just brutal.
Boyd with the ankle tackle. No gain on the play.
And another flag tossed.
Flag in the backfield.
The referees discuss it behind Pure Youth. I will keep on to say Pure Youth to the folks of you that are watching out there tonight. I apologize that I keep saying Pearl. It's not what I want to do.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
And it's
called
unsportsmanlike
against the Royals.
conduct on the Royals. What for, I did not see, although I'm sure they did not enjoy it.
2nd and 20.
So that, with that false start, makes it a 2nd and 20.
2nd and long.
Referees having a conversation with Pure Youth's quarterback. Of which I'd like to note, Pure Youth's QB wearing number 21, which is a choice I haven't seen. He throws into
Intended for number 11, Mike Clark.
empty territory, the closest target for him on that one was Fisher Donovan. And let me tell you folks, Fisher wears a Pope Prep uniform. So it's 3rd and 22. And Donovan pumps up the crowd. Which gets the student section into it. Once again, just a larger student section showing than we had last week. They've got him in the end zone. He's going to escape the sack and just throw it away.
Carter in trouble, throws it away. Tackled by number 42. Cade Baumgartner.
The question becomes on this one. No intentional grounding call.
Loss of down, forcing the Royals into punt formation.
So Cook will go out for the punt return.
Set to return for the Knights, number 10, Colin Cook. Malik Kane will kick from the end line.
You can tell they're going to try and draw Pope Prep off sides. The kick. Cook to receive. Cook pushes through and chops forward to the 21 or the 25-yard line. So the Knights will start with the 1st and 10 on the 25-yard line.
Nia Tolbert, come to the press box, please.
And Minchie is going to give to Robinson, and he is going to be met by the Pure Youth defense, the Royals defense. Glad we were able to find that it is Royals.
Provided roster. We'll try to correct that by the second half.
And Minchie is going to look. He's going to find his target, push to the end zone. Touchdown, Pope Prep. The quick work continues for the Pope Prep offense. That's another touchdown. So Pope Prep puts up 34 at the moment, hopefully 35 in one quarter.
Voice, snaps, lax, hold.
Kick up through the uprights.
Nice at 35.
So it's Knights 35, the Pure Youth Royals, nothing with a minute and 53 remaining here in the first quarter.
Madarion Carpenter, Dante Crowell, RD.
I have to say, the positives that have been brought up about Pure Youth, just another Southern
Is deep into the deep
touchback.
blue sea. Touchdown. First and 10.
What they've said about Pure Youth is true. They have a large talent pool that, or not a large talent pool, but a nice talent pool that seems to be doing okay for themselves. But I can count the amount of players on their bench. And that is something, but they are definitely a good team when put together, I feel like. The snap. And he is going to look for number 13, his whiteout, and it's just going to be a tad overthrown.
13, Joshua Curtis.
Joshua Curtis, the intended target on that one.
Defended by Zion Robinson.
Curtis just seems to be breaking away from Robinson there. That's Zion Robinson for those wondering. But Curtis seemed to be breaking away and just fell a little bit short.
Flag on the play. Delay of game is the signal.
And it's a delay of game on Pure Youth.
Royals give up a 3-5. Second down, 15 to
Once
go.
again, if you get the chance, I would encourage you going to Pure Youth Athletic Alliance's website. They seem to have really come from the ground up. Their private school only opening in 2019. Just check them out. Show some support if you can. And it looks like it'll be a safety. The ruling.
Number 13, Ainsley Ware.
Ware makes the tackle, but we're still waiting on that call if it's a safety.
Kevin Carter is sacked.
And it will be down at the 1 yard line. No safety. However, it makes it a 3rd and very long.
Initial contact was made at the 3. Call ruled down. 3rd down and long for the Royals.
And it looks like we have a flag in the Knights half of the field. We'll wait on that call.
Got a timeout signal.
And it's a timeout. So on that timeout, we're going to take a quick break. That's going to be the fourth timeout that we've seen before the end of the quarter. It's 35-0 Pope Prep. You're tuning into the Night Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions. So it's third and, well, it says 3 on the score, but I can tell you for a fact it's not 3. Quarterback's going to scramble. Carter is going to be met by a plethora of Knights. Or I'm sorry, he gave to his back. Donovan will be credited with the tackle. And no punt.
Into punt formation. Cook drifts deep for the Knights. Malik Kane is the kicker. Clock ticks away on the first quarter.
And so that will end the first quarter. Pope Prep leads Pure Youth Athletic Alliance by a score of 35-0. You're tuning into the one, the only Night Sports Network powered by GKA Productions. We're going to take a quick break. And we are back. You're tuning into the one, the only Night Sports Network powered by GKA Productions. Hey folks, do you want to join GKA Productions? Or rather, would you like to join the Night Sports Network? Well, anyone in grades 8 through 12 that attends Pope Prep can join our team. That one falls at the 46-yard line.
Kane's kick rolls down and is touchdown by number 4.
Reach out to Mrs. Smith at any point. She'll be happy to get you in contact with us. Learn from those who were taught by those who did SEC Game Day, March Madness, the Ohio Valley Tournament, and other events for the NCAA. They've distilled that knowledge upon to me so that I may bestow it upon the Pope Prep community. That being said, Kenny Minchie lines up under center once again. Well, rather a little little out of center, but snap, and he is going to give to his back. Rob again.
Julian Taylor. Gain is 3.
Rob with a good carry. He gets 3 on that. 2nd and 7 for Pope Prep. Minshew fakes to Rob. Off the play action, he's going to find Cook. It's going to get deflected away. Just a flag on the play there.
Flag in the backfield.
I don't want to say unnecessary roughness. It will be pass interference.
Pure Eagle Athletics Alliance.
So the Royals called for defensive pass interference. And the Knights will march up the field.
15 on the call.
So it'll be a free 15 for Pope Prep
Knights, 1, 2, 3.
on the most interesting first down brought by Winter World.
Window World.
Once again, I am under the assumption that Mr. Vaughn is expecting people to chant Window World with him. Similar to, the 1, 2, 3 first down, TDJP2, the what time is it? All the stuff that the crowd really gets into and enjoys here. Rob gets that one and continues to push through. He'll get about 3 yards on that one.
Octavius Piggy's on the tackle.
And is the snap. And Cook going to keep going. Cook, end zone, touchdown, Pope Prep. Just another one. Keep tacking them on. Pope Prep takes a 41-0 lead from the Shining City on the Hill. There's not much left to say after that one. Switch the end zone, switch the sides, doesn't matter what you do. Pope Prep's going to put it into the end zone as it seems. Kick is up. And Southern sends it through the uprights to increase this score to 42-0. Pope Prep. Just utter dominance on the field from Pope Prep. 14 minutes of playtime. Less than 14 minutes of playtime. And Pope Prep puts up 42 points. That's a feat into itself. While we wait for this one, I want to talk about last week, or at least some key performances from last week. Kenny Minshew went 9 for 14 and 1.5 for 160 yards with 4 touchdowns. Those going to Colin Cook, and the defense put up a show. Even the special teams / defense pulling off that punt block touchdown, which I think sometimes is even more impressive. That's what happened last week. And kickoff.
Into the deep.
And Southern once again.
Southern's kick is a touchdown.
And no surprise.
Royals first and 10 from the 20.
So the Royals now moving towards the touchdown on the hill, or the end zone by the hill, rather than the pavilion end zone. And he's going to roll out, flick back. That's just not going to work. He's still going to find some open yardage, though, and he is just clobbered right there. They heard that hit at HHS. What a slam.
Royals lucky to get back near the line of scrimmage. Second down, 11 to gain.
And a snap. He's going to look to pass. And it's just going to be a short gain on that pass. We'll get them back. And we have not an injured Knight on the field, although he went down.
It's third down.
He checks his play. And snaps. Was a little of a low snap there. He's going to air it out and just have no one.
Number 1, Ladarian Carpenter, too tall.
For those watching at home, I'd like to say it's in no way, shape, or form Carter. He had one overthrown pass that did not proceed to help Pure Youth, or rather to help the Royals. But Carter is out there giving his best and putting forward every play. That's Pure Youth's Carter, not Pope Prep's Carter, who I believe is playing today. Couldn't remember if he was injured or not, but it's not with a ton of injuries remaining. And just a short punt. It's going to bounce past the 50, roll to around the 36, 35-yard line. So the Royals get a good roll on that one to push the Knights back to the 35-yard line as we prep to start another Pope Prep drive. 42-0 with 8 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Hey, Knights fans, don't forget that the JP2 20th anniversary is in a couple of weekends. Tickets are available at popeprep.org. That event is 21 plus. You can find more information on that at popeprep.org.
Don't miss out. Buy your tickets today on the Pope Prep.
It will feature things like music, mini golf, dancing, and much more to celebrate the 20th anniversary. 21 and older. And the snap just, it looks like it's going to have been a fumble recovered by Pure Youth.
Number 24 with the recovery. Made several plays tonight. We don't have his name on the roster.
So number 24 unlisted on the roster.
Number 24 on the play. Recovers and puts the Royals in business. First and 10.
Mind you, Chet Lax got the snap on that play. Lax is not a quarterback. So, and we can hear the call from the coaching staff. Pure Youth has 12 on the field. And
Timeout called by Pure Youth Alliance.
so Pure Youth Alliance is going to call what should be their third and final timeout due to having too many men on the field, but we'll wait and see that one. That's 5 out of 6 timeouts used before we've even entered timeout territory. You're tuning into the one, the only Night Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions. We're going to take a quick break. And we are back. Pure Youth, the 1st and 10. And it's going to go to
Joshua
about a
Wooten
5-yard gain off of that.
Cade Baumgartner with the stop.
So Baumgartner with the big stop for Pope Prep.
Gain is 7. Royals need 3.
He's going to look to pass, scramble out of the pocket, and the blocks are there. He's going to push pass for a first down.
Run out by Chris Boyd.
So he'll move the chains for Pure
Change
Youth.
the dance. Royals first down.
And he's once again go to his back, who's going to look for about a 9-yard gain. That might even move the chains depending on where they spot it.
Ainsley Ware makes the stop. Gain is 9.
Now stated, a 9-yard gain. And met by
Wooten
the Knights'
carries.
front 7.
Chris Boyd stops.
To say the least, this front 7
Third down.
puts it into gear when need to. I think they're a little better at the beginning of some games, but can't pick and choose. And he is going to scramble for himself, and he will cross the plane. Pure Youth on the board. However, there is a flag on the play. We won't jump to any conclusions quite yet.
The initial signal is holding against Pure Youth Alliance.
So Pure Youth, a bad holding call. It's going to push them back 5 yards. Might even push them back 10.
Holding is the call is a 10-yard
And it
ball
will be a 10-yard pushback.
against the Royals.
So they will redo 3rd down, now a 3rd and 10. And the officials have
Allow each team to get a cold drink. We'll return to 3rd and 10.
the officials have called timeout. You're tuning into the Night Sports Network. We're taking a quick break.
advance.
Sorry about that, folks. Have to make sure that that camera down below is fixed. Lax in at quarterback, or rather was in at quarterback.
Brooks
He
on the
is going to
carry.
hand off to Brooks.
Martavius Biggs makes the stop.
Solomon Brooks is listed on the roster as a linebacker as well. So it seems like
Brought to you by Window.
it seems like the amount of Pope Prep offensive players out there is going to be listed to that defensive team, or at least part of it. Lacks neither of the backup quarterbacks listed on the roster. However, Bailey did not get the offense moving last time, so snap gives to Brooks. Brooks is going to plow his way through.
To the shield.
Brooks passes through the shield, gets it to around the 48-yard line.
Harris.
So it'll be 2nd and 3 off the spot. Ball directed at the 50. Snap once again goes to Brooks,
Brooks carries.
and he is not able to cross the plane. 3rd down.
Wrapped up on number 56, Martavius Biggs. There is a flag on the field.
Flag on Pure Utes side of the field as well.
The Royals are signaled for illegal participation. Too many men on the field.
And the Royals once again called for illegal, or too many men on the field. The game for Pope Prep yet to be announced. Still waiting on this one. As the confusion on the field continues. The too many men on the field should result in a Pope Prep first down. It looks like it will. The crowd has moved to a dull murmur.
The walk-off was 5 yards.
It'll be a 5-yard gain. That will be enough to move the chains.
And that results in a first down.
So a Pope Prep first down off of that one. Lax lined up at QB. Gets the snap. Looks Lax, a left-handed quarterback, finds his target, but it's just in his hands and out. Robertson was the intended target on that one.
Second down.
And it just bobbled in and out, hoping Lax can control the offense a little better than Bailey did last week when he subbed in for Minchie. Who Minchie seems to be the kind of guy to score 42 points and then on exit the game. Once the clock can be running, folks. And multiple whistles.
There is a flag.
Flag tossed. Flag is on
Prior to
the
flag,
Knights.
the Knights call time.
However, we'll do nothing for them because Pope Prep has called timeout. You're tuning into the Knights Sports Network powered by GKA Productions. We're going to take a quick break. Knights in need of 10 yards. And he's going to give to Brooks. Brooks is going to push past for a first down.
Caleb Almo makes the stop. Chains advance. Knights, 1, 2, 3. Brought to you by Window World.
And Brooks just immediately
Brooks
brought
is caught
down
in the
there.
backfield by number 50. Julian
Loose helmet,
Taylor.
so he will have to
Short
exit the field and someone will have to
loss
sub
on the
in
play,
for him.
brings up second and 12.
Or at least one play. Two minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the first half. And snap. Once again, looks to his left.
Pass intended for Aiden
And check slot.
McNair.
Guess you want to call
Off
it
to the
checks with the
turf.
Chet and the Lax, but Chet Lax
Third down.
incomplete for a 3rd and 12. Lax is going to throw, and he is going to throw to
Simon
Brooks.
Met by Martavius Piggis. 4th down.
And it'll be 4th down.
Kicking team takes the field.
So a minute and 32 seconds remaining in this one. We'll bring out Southern, the Pope Prep kicking team.
Tee will be set on the 35, a 45-yard attempt by Southern.
Southern's kick is up,
Boys, snap,
and it has the distance for the
Southern. From 45, score 45. Carpenter and Crowell drift deep for the Royals.
No, you're fine. I also have to update the Twitter at the same time.
Southern set with T.
I need more than 2 assistants if as we have advertised as a sounds good. And Southern to kick. If you did hear that conversation, as you're aware, you're free from grades 8 through 12 to join the KSN team. Learn
Southern
how to operate our cameras, learn how to run the scoreboards, the soundboards, all of that wonderful magic that helps us put this broadcast together every Friday night. And quarterback once again going to scramble. Carter is going to try to find his way out, and he is going to find a receiver before he is technically out. And we have several flags on the field coming for. We have one in the backfield, 2 in the defensive area. Looks like it might be multiple infractions.
illegal forward pass.
And first one will be an illegal forward pass.
There are other flags at the 45.
One, I'm assuming, an unnecessary roughness on Pope Prep, but
Illegal forward pass is the signal. Personal foul is waved off. The illegal forward pass call will be assessed against the Royals.
and so the illegal forward pass will cancel out the other 2. .45 seconds in the half. Carter gets the snap. Once again is going to scramble out of the pocket. And looks like he's going to scramble with a little bit of open field. He'll step out of bounds with 34 seconds remaining.
Keeps. Run out by Cole Shaver. Flag.
So another flag on the field.
Holding is the call.
And it's a holding
The Royals.
on Pure Youth with 30 seconds remaining in the half.
The holding was called in the backfield initially. The second flag was waved off. The initial flag was assessed half the distance, and second and long.
So half the distance to the goal. Or else the second and 22. And a false start flag.
Is the signal. Half the distance.
So Pure Youth just starts to get sloppier and sloppier. Down at Pope's 4-yard line. He'll hand it off. And just be stopped. So what we can assume, they'll hopefully let this one just tick away.
Leads the tacklers. Third down.
7 seconds remaining. Pure Youth with no timeouts.
And the first half.
And that'll end the first half. It's 45-0 here from the Shining City on the Hill. Pope Prep with a lead, and we have 2 more quarters of football. You're tuning in to the only Night Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions. We're going to take a break for halftime. We'll see you back here in 15. Oh, well, good evening, folks. We are back. You're tuning in to the one, the only Night Sports Network powered by GKA Productions. Currently, the score is 45-0 in favor of the Knights over Pure Youth Athletic Alliance. Welcome back, everybody. It's good to have you back. If you're continuing to join us, it's good to have our visitors from Memphis here with us. Southern will set to kick for Pope Prep. Pure Youth won the coin toss at the beginning of the game. Ignore me downing waters in this time frame. And we are off.
Southern's kick into the deep blue sea. 1st and 10, Royals.
I started talking with an unwrapped chocolate bar and just had to down it before it melts in your hand. I think anyone here can relate to that struggle. I don't get half times. All right, and he's going to get to his backpack's going to push to the 40, down to the 50, past the 45, and be stopped around the 40. I could see that being stopped around the 41-yard line, saying Gould with the tackle there. Hearing Oliver Gould is still a weird and interesting experience for me, being an Oliver. That's what I will say on that one. And that truly is about all I have to say on that one. Oliver Rattone here on the call with you for the second half of this one. Clock running for this one. And he's going to break free and get a couple of extra yards there.
On the carry.
Can't tell the squad that Pure Youth is putting out there quite yet, though I can't imagine there's a
Tackle made by the Knights, number 64,
monumental
Braden
amount of
Jones.
substitution.
First down.
Pope Prep has
Royal.
some of their familiar faces. I don't want to claim starters, and it looks like Pure Youth's starting squad remains out there, at least their starting QB. I believe I see one out there too. That's not the right button. He's going to pass, almost picked. It's going to get to one. One is going to step back on him, get through to the 5 and down around the 2.
First pass is complete to Ladarian Carpenter. Jackson Hayes.
So
with the
just
touchdown saving tackle.
a well-executed play
First and
from
goal.
Pure Youth.
Royals
Again, can't really claim if it's
from
the
2. Injured player on the field.
and we have an injured player on the field. Per usual, we go wide for shots like that. Pope Prep and others take a knee for the injured player. The Pope staff checking him out. It's Robinson, wearing number 1 for Pope Prep. Zion Robinson to his feet. A little of a limp. It looks like he is indeed hurt. And now hobbling, being helped off the field. He's not going off on his own volition. Rob last week went off on similar. That's just the ref. I can't. Walker. Oh, Walker to the end zone. Oh. So Pure Youth gets on the board. Oh. They're going for 2, and we'll push through.
Walker on the 2-point
Walker pushes
conversion.
through a successful
The
2-point
Royals
conversion.
8 as we start the second half. third period, NBA leads Pearl Cone 21-12. Baylor leads Innsworth 45-28. Also in
We had
the third
7 queued up. I have to change it. Just use dissolves, huh? Star wipes is what I'm considering afterward. I think the star wipe is what we really should be trying.
And Chet Lax deep. Check that, Steph Carter.
And he's going to push through.
Hargrove on the return. He was flanked by Bo Bailey.
There's KJ Hargrove with that return.
Smiley. With number 13, Joshua Curtis, make the stop.
In the spot where Robinson normally is.
Person's in from the 21.
Chet Lax still lining up at quarterback. I was wondering if we would see any of the other freshman prospects, but does not look so. He's going to hand it off. I believe it's Brooks down there, but I will confirm with the number. It is Brooks.
Number 24.
He kind of does a nice little toss to the referee.
Short gain, second down, Knights need 8.
Lax will wait for it. Motions. Gets the snap. Fakes to Brooks. Is going to roll out of the pocket. That left-handed throw, difficult for him, and he is going to complete it. And you can definitely see the unnecessary roughness well after the coach having to hold him back.
There's a flag on the play.
Prower with a clear unnecessary roughness call. That was Peyton McFarland with the reception for those wondering. We continue to wait on the call, although I don't quite know why. Funny, because the clock does still run even on a long call like this. Student section seems to have dwindled down. However, it is completely possible there could still be a line at concessions. Doesn't look like it, actually. So student section has dwindled down of what it seems for the night. Shout out to those loyal members of the Knights Faithful. So a first down after that one. Or I was trying to say off of the penalty after that. After ended up being the word lax. Gets his play. And the snap. Lax is going to give to Brooks. Brooks is going to push through the gap and push for about 8 yards, maybe 7. So Brooks with a pretty good run there.
Makes the stop. Knights gain 7. Need
and just kind of a
3.
tame return there. So I was way off with that. Knights need 3 after that gain of 7. No, I wasn't off. He just said Knights need 7 instead of gaining 7. He's going to give off to Brooks. who looks like was going to pass through the first down. It will move the chains.
By number 44, Chris Harris. Chains advance. Knights, 1, 2, 3.
Pope Prep has switched to a
Sponsored by
digital chain out there, or rather down there. Or I know that they were using it last week. I can't recall if they were using it in the previous season. Snap. He's once again going to give to Brooks. Brooks is going to push through for another closely 7-yard gain.
Caleb Almo leads the tacklers.
So good to see the Knights offense moving this week in what is more or less garbage time. We have already killed a good amount of time on it. And the snap, a little of a high snap. Black's going to roll out. He's going to continue to scramble out of the pocket. He's going to have no receiver manage to gain a couple of yards after that one.
Run out by number 44, Chris Harris.
So Lack's very well able to scramble out of that situation.
Gain is 3.
The Knights offense
Lead
not
1.
pushing as much as they did last time, rather. Handoff, and he's just met
Brooks.
pretty quickly, easily.
Julian Taylor for the Royals. With the stop.
So they just keep going to the well that is Brooks
Brought to you by Window World.
for the first down, 1st and 10 on a Window World first down. I'm not paid for that sponsorship. I don't know why I'm saying it. And he is going to give it off.
Brooks on the carry. Tacklers led by 56. Martavius Piggies. Cameron Burks also in on the play. No gain. Second. Knights need 10.
It looks as though we have
Timeout is the
frozen
signal
at
called
halftime.
by the Royals from Pure.
All right, folks, you're going to get about a minute delay on that, but that is fine due to the timeout.
Second and 2.
So a 2nd and 10. The snap. Lax once again has to scramble out and just sacked in the backfield.
Mike Clark on the tackle.
Just a big play there.
Loss of 10.
Just want to add that
Knights need 20.
I don't think the student section below playing You Belong with me understands truly what has gone down in these hollowed halls. I'm sure they've seen the music video, but none of them have had Martin Strobel telling them the experiences that it was. And the snap, again, another high snap.
Brooks carries Harris, Julian Taylor, and a host of Royals on the stop. Fourth down. Knights need 19. Kicking team is
So Pope
on.
Prep in need of 19, and they will send out the kicking team.
In punt formation is Sutter.
Knights in
Darian
punt
Hopkins
formation.
drifts deep for the Royals.
And the punt drifts towards the deep blue sea, is going to drop around to, well, we'll just say good field position. I don't want to assume because that was
On the 5-yard line, Royals
down at the
first
front.
and 10. Ryan leads Brentwood High School 13-7 in the fourth quarter.
And time just ticking away on this one.
Brentwood Academy leads CPA 17-14, also in the fourth quarter.
Whoops. And he is going to break through and break away past a plethora of Knights as
Josh Espindola on
the cicadas decide to get very loud at this one.
Royals first down.
So the Royals will get a first down. And time ticks away on this one. 45-8 at the end of 3 quarters. We've got one more quarter of football. You're tuning into the one, the only Night Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions.
The Royals have 8, Knights at 40.
And we are back for the fourth quarter here from the shining
For the Royals.
city on the hill. And Royals are going to just push through and continue on it and finally be taken down by a plethora of Knights.
Makes the touchdown saving tackle.
Austin, our lower camera guy, I have no clue where he has gone.
Royals in business. First and 10 from the 19.
Ah, there he is. He's walking towards it. Oh, don't forget to give a shout out and a thanks to your crew tonight. You're short-staffed and helping out as much as they humanly can. He's going to look for the end zone and go find it fall just around.
Pass intended for Mike Clark.
Carter
Good
is
call.
still playing, mind you.
Second down.
Pope Prep holding a 45-8 lead, 10 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the quarter. in the game, rather. And the snap, once again, will give to his back. He's going to push through, find the end zone
On the carry.
for a touchdown, Pure Youth.
Royal.
So the Royals able to put 2 on the board. We'll see if they go for 2 again on this one, in the hopes to put up as many points as they can. And they will be going for 2. They're going to just try and pound it through.
Wooten on the
And
carry.
ruled good.
And he's good for 2.
So Pure Youth able to put up
For the Royals from Pure
another 8
Youth
points.
Alliance out of Memphis, Tennessee.
And our visitors from Memphis managed to put it up. I gotta say, Pure Youth has also brought quite the crowd with them, which I'm sure traveling from Memphis isn't easy. So we'd like to thank those visitors for coming out. So 10 minutes, 38 seconds remaining, as you can see on your screen. As we wait for Pure Youth to kick off. The student section is regrown. They're about 3 bleacher sections short, but
Bo Bailey. Go deep for the Knights on the opposite end. Malik Kane sets the tee and will kick.
and kickoff. Looks like they tried to go offside or onsides.
Flag on the play.
Flag tossed on the play.
Ball is covered by the Royals.
And it looks like I think they're going to wait on the ruling for the onside kick. Well, folks, if you're wondering when you can see your Knights next, the 2021 schedule has the Bishop's Cup next week. It will be September 3rd. That is another Bishop's Cup championship to be held here at Pope Prep after last year. We're still waiting on the call.
Sideline warning call.
And it's a sideline warning on Pope Prep. So it'll be Royals ball. Which, hey. Well, that camera's not out. Which. Oh, sorry, it'll be against the Royals. The Independence game has still yet to be ruled on. The schedules online still say Pope Prep will be hosting the game versus Independence. We will wait for a call on that. Pure Youth managed to successfully do an onside kick, which gets them the ball back.
Check that hits the Royals. Ball against the Royals.
And Pope Prep will need to D up. He's going to look long, and he's going to overshoot his target once again. That's just...
Intended down the sideline.
Can't determine if it's on Carter or if it's on Pope Prep. Clock still running even after that incomplete. I know last week they did not. Oh, nope, it has stopped. I was going to say once the score came within 35 points, clock ceased running. And it seems that it's done so again tonight. The snap And he's going to get to his back, who is going to push through for 11, 12, 13 yards onto the 46, 47-yard line.
Gritza makes the stop, change advance, first down. Pure
So a
Youth.
big first down for Pure Youth. And on the snap, he's going to look for a target. He is going to find his target in touchdown, Pure Youth.
Carter finds
You know, can't.
touchdown. Royal.
You can't measure the size of the dog. You have to measure the size of the fight in the dog sometimes. And I'll tell you what, folks, that dog has a lot of fight left in it here for the Royals. We'll see them break out once again. Right now with 22 points on the board, looking to make it 24. And I can't say he crossed the plane there. Referee is saying no.
Denied the end zone by Gritza and Braden Jones.
So it'll be 45 to 22.
For the Royals, 1945.
So 9:28. We'll see if Pure Youth will attempt another onside kick. I will say Pure Youth, just a phenomenal amount of fight left in them.
Kane kicks.
And they will attempt another onside, and Pope Prep immediately to cover.
By Tyler Robertson.
So Pope Prep still with it on this one. They'll step out for another drive. And this time we will see a quarterback, or rather a quarterback listed on the roster, not Chet Lax actually.
For the 22-23 school year.
No, Chet Lax is not. We will see Tyler Travers.
.org for more details. Tyler Travers.
So Travers in at quarterback, replacing Lax, who was just giving to Brooks. Which, that pattern, not to change, but a brutal hit.
Javarius Smiley
Managed
on the
to get
stop.
the whole crowd to wince.
Short game. 2nd and 9.
And again, Brooks going to
Brooks on
try
the
and
carry.
push through.
Julian
Uh,
Taylor makes the stop.
I question if
Third down.
currently Pope Prep is just trying to run out the clock with the minimalistic amount of time left, but then it looks like
Timeout is called
we have a timeout.
by the Pure Royal.
So Royals call a timeout, which means we will be taking a quick break. You're tuning in to the Night Sports Network powered by GKA Productions. Knights in need of 8. And he looks, finds. It just seems to be battered
Travis
away
pass
on
intended for number
the
20,
tackle.
Aiden McNair. Broken up.
McNair was the intended
Number 3,
target.
Jason
Travers
Shaw
is a name
Jr.
that I'm going to have to start putting into my vocabulary a little more. We had
In punt formation. On
we
the
had
right.
Bailey last
Sutter
week.
is deep to
You've
kick.
got Travers and Webb,
Returning
but
for the
Pope Prep
Royals is Dante
unsuccessful.
Powell.
Put 8:34 on the clock. 8:34.
And the clock adjusted to 8 minutes and 34 seconds. And came very close on that punt. He bobbles it. Pope Prep tracking down,
Ladarius
and
Carpenter on the
we have a
return.
stop. So Pope
Jackson
Prep
Hayes
takes the
runs him
field again, or rather, Pure Youth takes the field again. Exciting to see how this offense
First and 10.
works, although,
Royal.
like a lot of you at home, I can't help but think that any conversations between the referees are becoming like pulling teeth. um, and a short pass there. It's going to push for a little bit of extra
Kevin Carter
yardage.
finds Carpenter. Gain is 8.
So we get a gain of 8 there.
Josh Espindola with Jackson Hayes.
Poor Austin Craig, our helping hand.
Second down.
He's going to look. He has someone behind him, but instead he is going to find his target. Pope Prep in pursuit and able to push him out of bounds.
Pass complete to Jason Shaw Jr. Fisher Donovan runs him out.
Well,
Change advance. Big gain, big first down for the Royals. Ball on the 18.
I'll say this about the secondary squad. For the short pass, just away from his receiver.
Carter's pass intended for Shaw. Incomplete. Might have been batted.
This secondary unit from Pope Prep is not looking the hottest. Whether it's the second unit or the third unit is yet to be known by me. Running down every number, and also assuming a grade level means that you're playing is not. And again, almost there for the sack, and almost finds a target.
In the grasp of Chris Boyd.
Seems like that play did not
Carter gets
go
it
well
out,
for
but it's
either. Pope
incomplete.
Prep unable to complete the sack.
Down.
Meanwhile, our friends at Pure Youth unable to
Officials time for an injured player.
and an official's timeout. You're tuning into the Knights Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break. plate on his feet.
CPA leads Brentwood Academy 21-17 with 2 minutes and 27 seconds remaining.
So we'll once again just take a look at that schedule. Father Ryan next week. Pope Prep taking home 6 Bishop's
Father Ryan
Cups
leads Brentwood High School
in a
26-7
row.
late in that game.
That's the
Power
schedule
upon 1 week
twice.
from tonight. Third down.
And on third down, does not seem like he will move the chains.
Clark. Stop by the Knights number 8.
And actually, I see the down marker changing. It will be fourth down.
Royals need 1.
Pope Prep defense seems to be scrambling to try and catch it, find the right formation to stop it. He's going to pass, and
Kevin Carter's pass.
it looks like there's going to be a flag on the field. What we can see is most likely going to be defensive pass interference on Pope Prep. Whether I agree with that call or not is
Off his fingertips, there's a flag on the play.
yet to be determined.
Pass interference
And it will be
called
defensive
tonight.
pass interference.
Half the distance to the goal.
So a free first down awarded. Don't quite know if that's what.
Royals are awarded a first down and goal from the 5.
I could see where the pass interference call came. However, unnecessary roughness maybe, but they're going to push him back. What a stop, Pope Prep.
On the carry,
Even with that,
Fisher Donovan,
undeterred.
and Ainsley Ware on the stop.
And doesn't look like an injured Knight, which is a plus.
Loss was 2. Second down. Goal to gain.
Pope Prep, second and goal. And that pass way off target.
Carter's pass intended for Tyler Shaw. 2 toss. Third down. Goal to gain.
So third and goal. As they break from their huddle. Carter gets the snap. He's going to look, and once again,
Carter's pass intended for number 1, Ladarian
Just-
Carpenter.
no play there. It seems like his passes are ending up a little bit off as well.
Down. Royal.
So, after a DPI, the Royals get another chance. And manage to go back to a fourth down. Ball on the 7-yard line. And they'll get him in the backfield for a sack. Pope Prep converts.
Joey Gritza.
Or rather is able to force the turnover on downs, which is going to keep this one from
Jamar Jones cleaned that
being
up.
closer than it
Ball
needs to
on
be.
downs. Knights first and 10. Knights fans, we remind you that 1 week from tonight,
So
right
at
here at the Shining City
this
on the
point,
Hill, the
well,
Father
Mr.
Ryan
Vaughn
Irish come to
will
town
begin
for
to mention, or will continue to mention,
for the
the,
Bishop's
I'm going to
Cup.
sneeze.
We own it. We intend to keep it. 1 week from tonight,
Pope Prep with a record 6 Bishop's Cup
Your
in
night.
a row.
Battle for the Bishop's Cup. Next Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoff.
The class of 2020 was the first class that managed to never see a loss of a Bishop's Cup.
Solomon Brooks on the carry.
Should Pope Prep
Octavius Piggis
win it this
makes the
year,
stop.
the class of 2022 will be the first class to never see a loss to Father Ryan. Most forget that in the 2017-2018 campaign, the 2017 campaign to be exact, Pope Prep would lose their home football game to the Irish. Trying to not rub salt on an open or on a closed wound, the handoff to Brooks. Well, that's not going to happen this time. Pope Prep hoping to claim their 6th Bishop's Cup
Chris
in a
Harris
row. It's not their 6th
leads the
total,
tacklers.
although it might only be their 8th or 9th total.
Piggis also in on that stop. Third down. Knights need 8.
You can tune in here on NFHS Network, where the Knights Sports Network will have you covered. But if you're a Pope fan, we encourage that you come live. Come visit. Travers ready to call his play. He's looking, doesn't have a target. He's going to roll out of the pocket, pass, and the referee to call complete.
To number 2, Peyton McFarland.
McFarland with that one.
Travers to McFarland. Chains advance. That's the Knights. 1, 2, 3. First down. Brought to you by Wendellwood.
So another Pope Prep first down. When the Irish come to town, it's always a good game. You can't deny it. They gave Pope a run for their money. Their victory over Knoxville Catholic last year knocked Pope out of a home field playoff game. So to say the least, the rivalry is better than ever, I want to say, despite the skewed record. Currently in Pope's favor, I believe the total record still lies in Father Ryan's favor. Pope Prep hoping to change or continue changing the tide on that. Head coach Justin Geisinger comes in, has been the head coach for what will be his 8th Bishop's Cup, which is quite the number. He would lose the Bishop's Cup at home here in his first season in a well-fought battle to the Irish. Following that loss, he has yet to lose one since, at least as a head coach.
Mix up in the backfield.
That's what's coming up on tap next week. Let's talk positives and negatives of this one, shall we, folks?
4 makes the stop.
Positives, although my producer would like to say, are a little clipped moment in between. I'm sure he'll appreciate the call out for that. And when we were told we were 18 minutes behind, flag on the field. But that being the only broadcast negative I'd like to say for tonight, despite those who have chosen to listen to me. But that is what the only broadcast negatives we can say. Let's talk about the game positives and negatives. It's going to be a 5-yard walk-off in favor of
8 on third down. 3rd and 8.
Pope Prep. So 3rd and 8.
for Pope.
So positives, we didn't see the corners get burned today. Once again, positives just remain that starting front 7 and that offense. The offense moves quick, it moves dangerously. The New England Patriots once used the no huddle offense. I don't think that's quite what it is, but that no huddle offense was successful for them early on. And I think that quick and Pope Prep is going to call a timeout. So I will continue speaking positives and negatives with 2 minutes and 38 seconds remaining in the game. But as we continue talking about that,
In 1 week. Next Friday night, 7 p.m.
sorry, I needed to crack my neck and rest my jaw. So the positives of tonight, Kenny Minchie continues to shine, as well as Cook. Elijah Robb looked great, busting through where he needed to. Tonight, he just looked unhindered and unaffected. On top of that, we just can't ignore the Pope Prep starting front seven. We didn't really see passing being tested to see those starting corners to more or less continue my point from last week. But speaking of it this week, at least, I think that Pope Prep's front seven are just dominant, honestly. And I think what we continue to see, what we will continue to see, what we hope to continue to see is that, and they face their first D2 AAA opponent next week. That's something that's telling. You want a good gauge on how good this team is, you put them up against division competition, and that's when you get to know. Negatives of this game, the secondary, or rather, not the secondary as in the corners and safeties, the secondary is in the second string for Prep beginning to worry me a little bit more. We saw it a little bit against Hillsborough last week, and the concern of depth that was brought up in the preseason. And it looks like we're going to have a PI. Gould was the intended target of what could be either an unnecessary roughness or a DPI. I think the unnecessary roughness more likely looked like that tackle came a little after the fact. But the call coming. And I think, there is a coach in Florida who is, or rather in Texas, I apologize, who is infamous for playing his starters into the third quarter, even when they're beating a team down 50, 60 to nothing. And that's so when getting to the state championship games, his team isn't tired. And so the question becomes, do you want to rely on a tired squad or do you want to rely on the secondary squad? And it's a question Pope Prep needs to answer soon entering division play. You have Fowler Ryan. You get a little of, I don't want to say a breather in Independence. There will be offsetting penalties, so.
Third down, 8 to gain.
Resets the drive, or rather resets the down, 3rd and 8. So that's when you need to begin to wonder something for Pope Prep. You have your first and a timeout called, Pope Prep. And the referee and Coach Casing are enjoying a conversation.
Nice.
Well, that's a timeout, and you can't get me for 2 timeouts straight. You're tuning into the Night Sports Network. We'll take a quick break. Well, hi, folks. Muffed punt. 24, though, manages to recover it.
Number 33, Josh Espindola with the pressure. 1st and 10, Royals, ball at the 22. Battle for the Bishop's Cup coming up in 1 week. shining city on the hill.
And he's going to stumble out of the backfield there.
Jason Shaw Jr. keeps Oliver Gould on the tackle. 2-yard gain. Second down. 8 to gain for the Royals.
So a minute and 55 seconds remaining in this game. The Royals hoping to put together one more drive. And they're looking to just kind of run with it. But he will pass and continue to the 50. So Royals continuing
on the carry,
to move the chains.
The game advances the chains.
Which, once again, as I was stating, one of the negatives of tonight, just that in particular is something I would not be too proud of. I would not be jumping for joy that my subunit can't quite get in there and can't quite complete. And he's going to push through once again.
Keyshawn Poole. Braden Rayborn makes the stop.
So a Pope Prep stop. 1 minute remaining in this one.
Royal.
With 1 minute remaining, this is the part where we say thank you for joining us. It has been a pleasure to have you with us. I just want to add, we don't do the thank yous if it's a close game with 1 minute left. But this is the part where we like to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. That's a tug of the jersey there. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching with us. Next week, the Fighting Irish come to town, and that looks to be a Bishop's Cup battle for the ages. Can Pope Prep take
on the stop?
Saying 7 in a row seems wrong.
Change advance.
But
first down, timeout.
Is correct, because 2 while I was a student, 3 since I had graduated, so 5 in a row. Pope Prep would be taking it 6th in a row in this one. I apologize and correct myself on that one. 31 seconds remaining. But thank you, folks, for sticking with us, for laughing with us, for enjoying with us. You can find us here once again next week on NFHS Network. And you can find us here for the rest of football season as well. Father Ryan comes to town as of right now. We're acting under the assumption that Independence will do so as well. Then the Knights travel to Baylor before BGA takes their visit. Then we have quite the gap before Macaulay comes to town. Don't miss it, folks. You don't want to. He's going to scramble away with this one and finally be sacked with 20 seconds remaining.
Goes down reluctantly.
Just quite the fight there, whether or not a sack, a tackle in the backfield. Well, folks, it's been a pleasure once again. My name is Oliver Antone, and truly having you with us has been an honor. Come back and visit. Come sit here at the Jim Carroll Athletic Complex next week with this final score of 45-22. Your Pope Prep Knights take home their 2nd victory of the year over Pearl Youth and the Royals. I guess the Royals. We'll see it right back here next week. It's the Bishop's Cup here on the Knight Sports Network, powered by GKA Productions. My name is Oliver Antone, signing off for Austin White Remote, Austin Craig here, and Mr. Dwayne Williams helping us up top. Good night and go Knights. Good night, everybody.